Welcome to the Oileánach Knits podcast. My name is Heather and I'm the maker, knitter, knitwear designer, and natural dyer behind oileánach Knits. And today I am coming to you from Bonavista, which is the beautiful town that we just moved to this week. And I'm so excited to tell you all about it. Yeah, I've got a shop update coming on November 6th. It might be after that by the time this goes live. I'm not totally sure yet. Of my naturally dyed yarns, so I just finished recording that episode, and now I want to tell you a little bit about life lately and what we've been up to and what I've been knitting, and yeah, let's get to it. So, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've recorded that I actually kind of have no idea where I left off, but I'll start by showing you what I'm wearing right now. This is my Uist sweater, which came out in, I think, September. It came out this fall, and it's a lovely, cozy, simple, basic raglan sweater that is knit with one strand of plochalopi and one strand of silk mohair, and it's super cozy and warm, and I think it's, you know, got a bit of a nice silhouette, and it's, I think, the only non-colorwork sweater I've ever knit, which is kind of exciting. It's nice to have something a bit more basic, and yeah, so I'm excited about this one. I find it really, really cozy, and it's available now on my Ravelry and such. I had some really lovely test knitters who made some beautiful versions as well, using all kinds of different unspun yarn. We had someone use the Hillesvåg unspun yarn. I don't remember what the name of the yarn is called. Someone used Wool Dreamers Manchalopi, someone used Newfoundland. I think someone even used Wool & Twine's Thrive, which is her stunning unspun yarn. Yeah, so there's lots of different versions if you want to go check that out. It's called the Uist Sweater, which is a Newfoundland word, present in the Dictionary of Newfoundland English, and I think it means like a day that's close, with moisture, and it's kind of, I think it's generally used for like a warm day that's really muggy kind of thing, but I chose to just take the close part of it. I like that a day could be described as close, and so I wanted a close sweater, so I called it the Uist Sweater, which is also a play on the fact that it looks kind of mossy. Anyway, so that's the sweater. It's very cozy and I love it, and I've been wearing it lots. I think that's the only thing I have published since we last spoke, but I've got a few test knits going now. One of which is my Uist sweater. This is probably the pride of my entire career right here. I love it so much. I used the sweater from the Uist, or I used wool from the Uist mill on the Isle of North Uist in the Outer Hebrides in Scotland. I found their wool online at some point in the last couple of years, and they have this video of their sheep and their island and their wool mill and the whole process of it, and I just felt so connected and drawn to that I immediately ordered some yarn from them, and I ordered some fingering weight yarn, and the colors of it and the connection of the Northern Islands, the shores of Newfoundland being not actually that far from the shores of North Uist in terms of things we are potentially close to, in both spirit and geography. And so I knit a little swatch with it, and I thought, this isn't quite the right colors, but this is the yarn that I need to make this design with. So I got in touch with them, and they really generously provided the yarn support for this sweater. It's the first time I've ever had yarn support, and they were so kind about it, and we conversed back and forth about it via handwritten letters for a while, and it was all just so special. And so this sweater means the absolute world to me. This design was kind of inspired by shorelines and the connections between islands. And yeah, so this is a top-down raglan sweater. It's designed to be fairly fitted, more of a like classic fit than the oversized that I usually go for. And yeah, so this is currently in testing, and I'm hoping to have it out in early December. And I can't say enough good things about this wool. It's so comfy and soft and unprocessed. It feels very much like rustic sheep wool, and I think it's mostly from, each of the colors has a slightly different makeup. This is the DK base in their tonal range, and when I actually release the sweater, I promise to have the names of everything here and their compositions, but I think for the most part this range is made up of their Hebridean, Cheviot, and Zorbles. And so each color is a different blend of their sheep so that they can make the different colors out of their fleeces. Yes, and I love it very much, and I cannot wait to release this one. My testers are working on it now, so yeah, we'll see it soon. The next design I made, I don't have with me right now because my partner is wearing them and he's out on a hike. They are the Bonavista Mittens. I will put some footage here when I record it later. So these mittens are, I designed them for my partner Jordy's birthday back in October. And I designed them for this new adventure of moving to Bonavista together. And so the blue kind of represents the ocean, and there's the white for the little white house we're renting, and there's little red dots that are supposed to be the wood stove burning, even though we don't have a wood stove, but we have a space heater that looks like a wood stove. Someday, it's my biggest hope and dream to someday have a wood stove, but yeah, so and there's little wind and waves on there, and so he's currently wearing those. Those are made out of Letlopi, and those are currently in testing right now. Hi friends, just a little interjection here. As I am editing the video, I realized that I forgot to mention something that's kind of important about the Bonavista Mittens, which is that they're coming out this week. The pattern release is scheduled for Thursday, November 9th. So if you are interested in these, they're coming soon and they're super cozy. I was wearing them on a walk this afternoon and they're lovely. So November 9th, sorry, I forgot to mention that. And I'm also working on a sock version, which is in fingering weight in Ktaqmkuk wool, which is no surprise here because that is my favorite sock yarn. And so this is just a smaller version of the same motif. In this one I've actually got the wind and the waves moving in opposite directions, just, you know, seeing which I like better. You can choose to do whichever one you like, have them pointing all the same direction or having them pointing in opposite directions. And yeah, they've got some interesting details here. I wanted to do the heel flapping gusset, but maintain the striped pattern. I actually have no idea. I can't see any feedback because I forgot to turn the screen around on my camera, so I'm not sure if you can see this or not. But we've got the heel flapping gusset going here and the stripes maintaining on the front, while on the bottom of the foot I've got a little eye of partridge color work going just to give it some extra strength. I'm always trying out new ways of getting extra strength in my socks because I don't use any superwash or nylon or anything like that. I use 100% natural wool socks, which is something I love to rant about. And I have a sock pattern called the Happy Trails Natural Socks, which I put out this summer, and that pattern includes lots of tips for making really durable, all natural socks. And I wear those socks all the time. I wear them hiking, I wear them in my boots, I wear them really hard, and they last. So there's that. Anyway, so this is the sock pattern, which I'm still working on. I've got the pattern pretty much written. I just need to actually finish the sample. And so once the mitten test is over, this test will be ready to start. And that will be happening about mid-November. Hello again. Another update since I recorded the podcast episode a couple of days ago, and also forgot about the mittens coming out this week. So I will be ready to start the sock test by the end of this week, which will be somewhere in the range of November 9th, November 10th, somewhere in that area. So if you're interested in test knitting these, you can check out my Instagram around that time, because that's usually where I post my calls for test knitters first. So yes, I also thought, actually, now that my partner has got his new mittens, I was thinking I would make myself a pair, but I wanted to make them in more my colors. So this is the little palette I've got gathered, so I can decide which colors to make with them. Be some kind of combination of browns and beiges. I was actually thinking that a gray base with contrast colors of this one here, I think barley, and maybe the dark chocolate brown. I was thinking this might make a nice pair, but we will see. Yeah, that's, I guess that's kind of a lot of it right now. I'm also currently working on, I've taken some commissions for Christmas sweaters as gifts. So I've been pouring a lot of my knitting energy into those lately, as well as some other small kind of accessories to sell here in Bonavista at a local shop. They're gonna have Christmas hours, and so they've invited me to have a little stock there at the shop. So I'm gonna have some hats and maybe mittens, maybe not. Actually mittens would be nice, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have a stock of those things and some fancy camp bandanas and a few other smaller things. So I've been working on that as well. And also just moving. It takes a lot of energy. Yeah, so we've been in Bonavista for a couple of days now. I love it so much. It's wild and cold, and the fall is definitely over here already. We've got frost and ice every single morning when we get up, and yeah, I'm finding it so inspiring, and I don't quite know what to make of, what to do with myself yet, I guess. Like, I don't have any routines yet or any of that stuff, so I'm still kind of feeling it all out. I think I'm gonna go for a nice walk now as soon as I finish up, and then I'll edit the video later once it's dark out, because we are farther north now than we were when we were living in St. John's, and so the sun sets very early now. It's set by like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we're losing daylight saving time this weekend. If you know about daylight savings time, it's a really silly thing that North Americans do where they change the clock in November to, I can't remember which way it goes. It throws me off every year, but they change the clock by an hour so that you just wind up in total darkness all the time. So that's frustrating. That's coming up this weekend. Yeah. But that's okay. I'll just have to... I always find this time of year, once things start getting really dark around the solstice, I need to kind of adjust all of my schedules and things so that I can make sure to get outside for a while there's daylight. So that's where I'm headed now. I'm hoping that with the move, the idea is for things to be quite a lot less hectic living outside the city. We live in a very small town now, but we're right on the edge of the ocean and these wild cliffs, and I think it'll be a bit slower here, which is nice. That's what I've kind of been hoping for. Yeah, I'm gonna make, my dad dropped off when he helped us move some of the furniture, and then he dropped off some fresh fish. I don't know why I said fresh, frozen fish, but it's fish that he caught himself this summer, codfish, and so I'm gonna make a nice tagine with that tonight. And yeah, I feel like I'm really settling in well to the slow pace out here. And I mean, Jordy's in his glee. He's just been like, basically he comes in from one hike long enough to warm up and eat something, and then he's off hiking again, which is lovely. But yeah, just I guess a bit of a quick update this time. I feel like I'm settling into cozy season now, and so I think that I'll have more energy for things like podcasting and stuff as the winter comes on, and I'll be knitting lots more. Yep, that's it for me today. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, happy knitting, happy cozy season. I hope that you're staying well in these darker times. See you soon.